Happy day students. Today I am going to discuss about biological importance of magnesium and calcium. So these are very important functions observed in our body. See, an adult body contains 25 grams of magnesium, 1200 grams of calcium. See how much importance is here, and 5 grams of iron and 0.06 grams of copper. So among all these minerals, calcium is very important mineral in our body. First I am going to discuss about importance of magnesium. When compared to remaining iron and copper, magnesium is the second priority. So here, for example, you consider a cell. In that cell, inside of the cell contains magnesium ions. So magnesium ions are present inside of the body cell, and calcium ions are present outside of the body cell. So here you know about the cells. In that cells arrangement, inside magnesium ions are present and outside calcium ions are present. And what is the importance of magnesium ion here? So first one, it activates the enzymes. Magnesium ions activates the enzymes and acts as a cofactor. So enzymes are nothing but biocatalyst, which increases rate of reaction of the biological reactions. So in that case, it acts as a activation of enzymes. So that enzymes are phosphohydrolysases and phosphotransferases. So these are present in our body. So in this enzymatic reaction, that enzymes activation is done by magnesium ion, and that enzyme's activity is increases by magnesium ion. So that's why it is called cofactor. Cofactor means the substance which increase the activity of enzymes are called cofactor, and they are concentrated in animal cells. See, they are concentrated in animal cells. Magnesium ions are present inside the body cell, and next they convert ATP into energy source. So you know that in our body, energy stored in the form of adenosine triphosphate. So that adenosine triphosphate converted into, after combustion reaction, converted into energy. So in this process, magnesium ion acts as a catalyst. And next, it is important chlorophyll. You know, flowers or some leaves. That leaves are green in color. Why? Because of the substance. That green color pigment due to presence of the magnesium ion. So that chlorophyll contains magnesium ions, green color due to magnesium ion. So you know that in photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide and moisture in presence of chlorophyll and sunlight converted into glucose, and evolution of oxygen gas. So that oxygen gas is inhaled by human bodies. Okay, so here ATP converted into energy in the presence of magnesium ions. So here magnesium ions present in chlorophyll absorb light energy and directly converted into, in photosynthesis reaction, that carbon dioxide and moisture directly converted into carbohydrates, that is glucose particles. And next, in our body, urinary tract contain magnesium phosphate. In our body, phosphate ions are present. You know here, adenosine triphosphate. So that phosphate ions combined with magnesium to form magnesium triphosphate. So magnesium phosphate is present as infection in our urinary tract. So that urinary tract, because of infection. Why they show infection? Because of this insoluble magnesium and phosphate ions. So these are the important points. So remember here, activation of enzymes and acts as a cofactor, and convert adenosine triphosphate into energy. To discuss about the biological importance of calcium. So generally in our body, calcium present in bones and teeth. So 99% of our body contains bones and teeth contains calcium ions. Right, it is present as calcium phosphate, Ca3PO4 twice. You know, calcium ion plus 2 state, phosphate ion minus 3 state, and cross multiplication. Finally, you get the value Ca3PO twice. So here, calcium phosphate, it is considered as apatite, And it is also present as enamel on teeth as calcium phosphate, Ca3PO4 twice, calcium phosphate and calcium fluoride. It is also present as enamel in teeth as calcium phosphate, calcium fluoride. This is called enamel, and apatite as calcium phosphate. So our bones also contains calcium phosphate. So what are the importance, biological importance of calcium? So the regular heart beating in our body, heart beating is controlled by this calcium ion, and regular muscle contraction. So see, our muscles are moving, expansion and compression. So this extension and compression is done by calcium ions. So that's why daily need requirement of calcium ion is 200 to 300 milligrams. And next, it is also used in blood coagulation. So when any cuts are there, any wounds are there, so in that case overflowing of blood takes place, that is controlled by these calcium ions. Immediately coagulation takes place, so finally solid material formed on that cut and wounds. So if any deficiency of calcium is there, so continuously blood flowing takes place, it is not good for health. And next one, cell membrane integrity. So any cuts or wounds are there, after 1 month or 15 days we observe the new skin. So that new skin is formation is nothing but cell membrane integrity. So new cells are formed here. So that function is done by calcium ion. And interneuronal transmission. So in our brain some neurons are there, neuron to neuron, some oxygen, flow of oxygen, and all that function is done by this calcium ion, interneuronal transmission. And a neuromuscular function, so muscle to muscle, that message transmission and signal transmission is done by this calcium ion. And osteoporosis, after 35 years, 45 years you observe the knee pains, that pains are because of deficiency of the calcium ion. So here osteoporosis means, osteo means bone, pore size increases here. So previously, for example, if you consider as this is a bone, here pore size is less, so it becomes hard substance. So if you observe the deficiency of bone, here pore size will be increases, so finally it becomes a soft bone. If any sudden fell down takes place, that time our bones becomes broken, so because of this soft bones. So hard bone becomes soft bone, and weaken bone. So that the bone's capacity is reduced by this deficiency of this calcium. So that disease is nothing but osteoporosis. And these calciums are transferred through the blood cells through plasma. So blood plasma contains 100 milligram per liter. So these are the biological importance of calcium ions. So recently match the following questions they are asking in JEE Main and NEET. So kindly focus on this one. Now I am going to discuss about the beryllium chloride structure, very important. For example, if you take beryllium chloride, beryllium ground state electronic configuration. If you take ground state electronic configuration, Z is equal to 4, this is 1s2, 2s2, 2p0, 1s2, 2s2, 2p0. Okay, so here what happens? Valence shell contains 2 electrons, only valence shell electrons involved in bond formation. Now, in excited state, this s orbital electron is promoted to vacant 2p orbital. So this is the excited state electronic configuration. So in that excited state, this unpaired electron is promoted to vacant 2p orbital. So finally it becomes 2s1 and 2p1, 2apx1. And here we observe that vacant p orbitals are there. Right. Now this is the central atom. This central atom is surrounded by chlorine atom. See chlorine, valence shell electronic configuration 3s2, 3p5. So like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one unpaired electron is there. This unpaired electron overlap with unpaired electron of this s orbital. And here beryllium is surrounded by 2 chlorine atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th electron. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th electron. So this electron and this electron involved in bond formation. So this is the Lewis structure of beryllium chloride. So here actually what happens? You know about hybridization, the intermixing of one s orbital and one p orbital to form sp hybridization. One s orbital and one p orbital of same energy level intermixing it together to form two sp hybrid orbitals. So finally they form linear shape like this. So this is beryllium central atom hybrid orbitals. Now it is axially overlap with p orbital of chlorine atom. You know that chlorine atom unpaired electron present in p orbital. Here also chlorine atom unpaired electron present in p orbital. So this is central atom, chlorine atom sigma bond and chlorine atom sigma bond. So this structure is explained based on the hybridization concept. So it is one type of sp hybridization. So it is looking like a linear shape, and here bond angle is 180 degrees, percentage of S character is 50%, percentage of P character is 50%. So this is based on hybridization concept, and this is based on Lewis structure concept. So BeCl2 is a linear type structure. If they ask the dipole moment, you know beryllium chloride, so when compared to chlorine is more electronegative, so this is partially positive charge. So dipole moment is towards the chlorine atom, both. You know that the dipole moment is a vector quantity. So both are travels in opposite direction. If if you consider minus x, it becomes plus x. So resultant dipole moment is 0. So it is non-polar molecule. BeCl2 is a non-polar molecule. So this is about beryllium chloride structure. So once again, see students, beryllium chloride central atom undergoes sp hybridization. Why? Because one s orbital, one p orbital involved in hybridization. That's why it is called sp hybridization. And it is a linear shape, and bond angle is 180 degrees. So this is about beryllium chloride in vapor phase. In vapor phase, it exists in the form of linear structure. Now you can see students, in vapor phase beryllium chloride exists in the form of dimeric structure. See how it exists as a dimer. BeCl2 twice, so that is nothing but Be2Cl4. So you can write like this also. See students, here beryllium, this is one chloride ion, chlorine atom, and this is one chlorine atom. You know about beryllium chloride have lone pair of electrons, chlorine atom have lone pair of electrons. I will show with one example. For example, if you take this is a beryllium atom, so it is surrounded by one chlorine atom and it is surrounded by one chlorine atom. And similarly, you can take a second molecule of beryllium chloride. This is a second molecule of beryllium chloride like this. So here lone pair of electrons are there. You know already Py and Pz orbital vacant orbitals are present. So here beryllium atom has vacant orbital. See students, once again, beryllium excited state 2s1, 2px1, 2py0 and 2pz0. So this is 2s1, 2px1. So these are vacant orbitals. So beryllium central atom has vacant orbital. This vacant orbital accepts the lone pair of electron and forms coordination covalent bond. Here also beryllium atom has vacant orbital, accept the lone pair of electron from chlorine atom and finally form coordination covalent bond. But in our textbooks they will give the structure like this. So it is nothing but coordination covalent bond formation between the central atom. For example, if you take this is beryllium chloride structure, I will show with see students. So this is our beryllium chloride. Okay, so it is a dimer, it acts as a dimer. See students, so this is the dimer. Okay, you see here, you see difference here. How this bond formation takes place? This bond formation takes place by coordination covalent bond. So lone pair of electrons are donated to here. So now see here, beryllium is surrounded by how many bonds? Beryllium is surrounded by 3 bonds. So 3 bonds means which hybridization? sp2 hybridization. So you check that point. In dimer state, beryllium is sp2 hybridization. Now this compound on heating at 1200 Kelvin and finally form a monomer structure, that is linear structure. This is monomer structure. Okay students, so this is observed in vapor phase. In vapor phase we observe two type of structures. One is dimer structure. This dimer structure on heating at 1200 Kelvin we observe the beryllium chloride molecule. Okay, and if you take solid state, for example, if you take solid state here, so solid state it exists as the compound like this: beryllium, chlorine, beryllium, chlorine, beryllium, chlorine. So it is continuous. Okay, this is continuous structure. So this is the solid structure. So solid state, beryllium is surrounded by 4 bonds. You see here, beryllium surrounded by 4 chlorine atoms. So that's why it is called sp3 hybridization. So here it forms a tetrahedral. It completes its octet. So this structure is looking like this. See students, this structure is looking like this. Okay. So in solid state it is stable because it forms a octet configuration. Central atom beryllium atom forms octet configuration. So here beryllium atom is surrounded by the 4 bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds. 4 bonds surrounded by the beryllium atom. So it is stable, right? And here one important compound, one important property. So here beryllium chloride in monomer stage which hybridization, in dimer stage which hybridization, and in crystalline phase which hybridization. So they will ask the questions like this. So kindly focus on this one. And normally beryllium chloride, because of small size cation, it forms covalent compound, polarizing power. Okay, so because of that polarizing power, beryllium halide, beryllium chlorides are covalent in nature. They are soluble in organic compounds. So this is about beryllium chloride structure. Is very important. So kindly focus on this one.